we've resumed a much more normal schedule for ourselves. We tend to be lower turnover than a lot of other managers, generally in like the 60 to 80% range. And we've stuck to those numbers like pretty regularly. There hasn't been huge deviations.
Yeah. You haven't felt like you needed to, pick it up. You didn't really jump into really active trading. That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, on occasion, like our model will signal changes in investor preferences that we will ramp up a little bit, but not exponentially.
A quick question for you two on SPACs. SPACs, do you think this is something that needs to be more heavily regulated? Any opinion on how regulators should handle these?
I am SPAC ignorant.
It's all right if you guys don't. Your firm not in it yourselves, but even if you have personal opinions on the matter, we'd be interested in that.
Yeah, we're definitely not trading them or investing in them. It does kind of seem like a pretty backdoor way of listing something that I'm not entirely comfortable with. I do think that kind of like NFTs and a lot of other things coming out right now, that there's a lot of hype, but not a lot of understanding. And, to Stuart's point earlier about mania and, that sort of thing, I think when you see like Kevin Durant and other folks like sponsoring these things, that it's just kind of a red flag that, it's maybe not something that's like the most prudent investment. So.
Yeah. Right. Now, I don't have your survey results in front of me. So just really quickly, are you guys outsourcing any of your trading? No? Okay.
We do not.
Yeah. Okay. Then we can breeze past that section. And how about on...
Can I ask you a question about that, though?
Yeah, of course.
Are you seeing more and more firms outsourcing their trading and operations?
I think, it's too early to say. We're still collecting these survey results to see. I could just say from like last year's like 2020 survey was a little bit of an increase. I think, and then personally, the folks that I've talked to, not really a lot of outsourcing going on, but we'll see what the aggregate results look like. And one thing that we are taking in mind and trying to account for in this study is for outsourced trading, there's going to be a bit of survivorship bias. If any firms were to outsource all of their trading, they wouldn't have a head trader to talk to us anymore.
I also be curious in the study, you guys produce that result with kind of different flavors of firm size, like strategy, that sort of stuff. Because I feel like if it's just a single number across, the $1 trillion managers down to the $500 million managers, it's not really going to tell the story very well. So, I'd be curious to see if you guys can cut that number up into different size firms or different styles of firms.
Yeah, we definitely will. I think particularly for the outsourcing conversation, it's valuable.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, because I think what we found last year is there's some sort of critical mass that you reach. Like the really small firms can outsource all of their trading, and then at some point there's a critical mass where you need your own traders, and then you get big enough again where you're seeing much more likely larger firms would just outsource a very small part, like a minor piece of their portfolio, like non-target allocations, whether it's 5% of their portfolio is international and they don't want to staff a trader overnight just for that. Things like that. So on algos and automation, are you guys using an algo wheel right now?
We are not.
Mm-hmm. Anything that is that something that you've like looked into in the past?
I don't think we a deep dive on it. We're pretty familiar with the concept, and I do think that there might be some benefits to it. I haven't heard or seen anything where implementing an algo will dramatically change anyone's performance and or like ultimately made meaningful impacts in their trading outcomes. So, I think it has been beneficial for some people on the margin, but I also think that it takes a lot of work and then, requires a lot of refinement, and then things aren't always apple to apple. So, I'd be curious to see if any firm who has actually implemented one has said it was really groundbreaking for them versus it's been a useful tool, but, limited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, stay tuned for this study. Hopefully we could answer that question.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know if it's more of a due diligence box check.
Mm-hmm. And how about some of your other technology priorities? Do you guys have any proprietary systems that you guys are really trying to build out and are investing in? Or on the flip side, divesting from, doing away with, and moving in a different direction?
No, we have a robust IT team and a robust research team, and it's kind of been a struggle for us to take advantage of those resources because there's always something going on. Sometimes there's fires that need to be put out, and a lot of times the initiatives that the trading desk might have get put on the back burner. We've always had a desire to bring more proprietary technology to the desk. It's just been kind of a slow slog. We hope to take better advantage of that in 2022, and we actually have a concerted effort to try to make that come to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that on the technology front, one area that's kind of maybe in flux for us, and I had mentioned the OMS side of things, but is this concept of buying best-of-breed software for different functional elements of the firm, whether that be analytics or portfolio accounting or OMS, that kind of stuff, and then stitching it all together and integrating it yourself, versus buying a complete sort of front-to-back solution, which would be more of BlackRock's Aladdin or SimCorp has one, that kind of stuff, and trying to eliminate the massive headaches and maintenance that come along with 12 different systems versus one fully integrated one. So I think that there's pluses and minuses to both of those things. And it's an area that I think as we continue to grow is something that'll be of greater concern, just because the sort of things we're doing get more sophisticated, include more sort of asset classes, and require upgrades in one area or another that legacy systems might not be able to handle. So I think for us we're kind of at a point where as you sketch out the next 10 years, you kind of put your patch in for right now and kind of just make do, or do you try and figure out where do we want to be in 5 years or 10 years?
Yeah, it's interesting. Next question is on crypto. Even if it's something that you guys aren't looking at, not interested in, would still be interested to hear any opinions you have. Looking a few years, maybe 5 years down the line, do you think crypto is going to have any place in money management?
My personal opinion is no, but I've been wrong about this crypto stuff for many years now. So
yeah, me too.